Today what we're going to do is one of my favorites, desserts. I get asked for it a lot, and what it is New York Style Cheesecake. The thing I'm going to do is, this portion over here is my filling, this portion over here is the crust, and we'll go over both. Okay, so this side, we've got the 4 eggs, and I've already cracked them, as you can see. 2 tablespoons of flour. I've got also sweetened condensed milk, 14-ounce can. I've got a lemon. If you don't have this lemon, what you can do is if you don't have a lemon, you can also use a store brand that you can just already freshly squeeze. So you just kind of open it up and just measure it that way. And that is a 1/4 cup. Also, what we're gonna have is 8-ounce, 4 of them, 8-ounce cream cheese. And that'll be for the filling. Make sure they're all, the cream cheese, the eggs, and also the lemon, make sure they're all kind of room temperature. You're gonna want room temperature, yeah. All right, so for the crust, what I like to use is cinnamon graham crackers. It gives it a little bit more of a extra flavor on them to the New York Style Cheesecake. Some people don't like cinnamon, so they go ahead and use regular graham crackers. Some people use sugar cookies, I've heard. Some people I know that actually use Oreo cookies. They take out the filling and they just use the chocolatey part of the Oreo cookies, kind of mix that in. We're gonna have 1 stick of butter. That's what's here. We melted it and kind of bring it back up to room temperature. Also, for the crust, we're also gonna mix in is gonna be 1/4 cup of sugar, granulated sugar. All right, so on the springform pan, you're also going to want, other than the 1 stick of butter for the crust, you're also going to want a little more butter so that you can rub on the pan itself to keep it from sticking. And what we're going to end up putting on there as well, we're going to put the butter on there, then we'll get the parchment on top of that. I'll show you that in a little bit. All right, so here's the fun part of it all. Okay, so today, when you first start off, you're going to go ahead and make the crust. But we're going to use 2 of the packages. We're going to crush them. This is where you get your frustrations out. I don't know where you want to, I guess. You just kind of pound away. Just kind of go a little easy because you don't want to bust it and it'll be a big mess everywhere. So there you go. So what we're going to do is pour this into a bowl. Get them all in there. If you find some, just kind of go run your fingers through them, trying to see if you can find some bigger pieces. If so, if you find some, just kind of crush them down a little bit more. If it can still be a little bit too big. Alright? So just pour them both out. Alright? Just kind of go through it, make sure, right? Alright, so now we got that. Alright, so what we're going to end up using, okay, so we got the graham crackers, like I said, see how they are, nicely, a good measurement. So here's the butter. We're just going to go ahead and pour the butter into it. Gonna add the butter. And the sugar. This is all gonna bind together and make a nice little crust. Just kind of mix it all in together. All right. So now that we got that all mixed up, there you go. That's kind of what you're looking for. All right. So right now we're going to go ahead and use the springform pan, like I said. We're going to prep that. Just kind of take it apart for right now. What we're going to do is just go ahead and undo this pan, like I said, and you're just going to, kind of rub the bottom. Make sure you got a good coverage. If you don't, you can just use your fingers. Just kind of get a good coverage. All you want is a light coverage of it. And make sure you get it all around. And then you're also going to do the sides. Right along the side. You're just going to run butter or, just roughly around it. because you're gonna go ahead and use your finger, like I said at the end, and just kind of make sure you cover it all. Okay, and you're good coverage. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna lay the parchment paper. So you got the whole bottom part of the cylinder portion here. Just gonna kind of measure it out loosely. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna lay it down, and then you're just gonna push down and kind of see right there. I'm just pushing down, holding it down. So you got a good coverage, and then you're just gonna lock it up. So that way everything's all locked in there. Okay. Also, we're gonna take another little piece, a straggler. You kind of measure out because you kind of want to fill up the end. And you kind of want to, and you kind of start off like that, all right? See how that's working? And if you don't have enough, then you just go get another one. You just put some more, all right? So what we want is to make sure it gets all the way around. And this is just to help it so that it doesn't stick to the pan. All right. You just kind of go around it. Just so you know, if it's too much, you just kind of go around it and knock down the walls a little bit. Makes it a little bit more easy to manage. So there you go. That's all you're looking for. So, going back to the mixture, we're just going to pour it in there. Just kind of lay it in there. Just kind of, there you go. Just get it all in there. All right, so now that we got it in there, like we got, right? Kind of just even it out. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get like a cup, something rounded, and a little heavy on it, you know, so that way, because you're gonna basically slowly just push down on it or pound down on it. Just give it a little light taps on it. Just keep working it and working it. Okay, so you've got enough now, as you know, get it as far as you like. So now it's got a nice, pat it down quite a bit. All right, so what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna put it in the fridge as we go ahead and make the filling. What that's gonna do is with the butter, it's gonna harden up a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and start loading up the packages of cream cheese. Put it in there. All 4 of them. We went ahead and added 4 cream cheeses. We saw before. What we're gonna do is just get a standard mixer, not a big fancy one, doesn't need it. Just give it a start off real low and just kind of work at it. What you want to do is get it nice smooth. Nice and smooth. Okay, so as I'm doing that, okay, so at this point, like I said before, I just was working it through. I didn't want to until it was really soft, not working really hard through it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab eggs and I'm just gonna add them one at a time, okay? As I'm mixing it, okay? So I got 1 egg in there, and so I'm gonna let it go and just work it through there. Have the last one. Working the edges. Alright. So now what we're going to do is add the condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk. With your fingers. Sharp blades. Grab a spatula. My wife likes this one. Just work the sides and make sure you get a lot of the cream cheese that kind of got up against the side. Just make sure you get it out of the sides. Run it against the bottom part too. There you go. Just wipe it off on the side. Just fling it back in it. All right. So then start it slow so that you get the one that you got off the sides. You put it in the middle. So what you're gonna do is just work at it real slow so you mix it back into it. Okay. So you get this sweet kind of good, you just kind of run it in there. And we'll add the lemon juice, 1/4 cup. At this point, go ahead and add the 2 tablespoons of flour slowly. You don't want it to fly all over the place. Just kind of keep the mixture in the middle, and as you're pouring it down, it'll go like a little whirlwind and just go down into it. And then you start working the edges again. Right, so you're kind of looking for to see if there's any chunks still left in it. You're kind of, and that's why you're just kind of working your way around and around. And you're looking at the mixture and seeing if you see any clumps. So you're just kind of working away and kind of seeing if you see any clumps. Because you want it nice and smooth. So at this time we're ready to, at the end there, what I do is I kind of slowly go up as I'm pulling it out. And I still got the same speed, so that way you get less on the forks. Let's get it together. All right. We got a nice little. It's got a nice little hard now. In the fridge. All right, so all we're gonna do now is we're just gonna pour it in there. Just look at that. Just work its way around. I thought I got all the ends off. So at this point, you don't want to scrape the end at the edges. The only reason why you don't want to do that is just in case you missed some of the cream cheese on the sides and stuff. You don't want a big clump to go inside your mixture or inside of your filling. All right, so you just kind of, whatever pours on. Then when you're done, you just kind of let it loose, and then that you give to the kids. So, my spoon was here, but my wife took the spoon out. She's looking at the camera. I'm just going to take care of this one little piece here. All right, so what we want to do is do like a little shimmy and kind of, you're kind of doing a light pat on it, right here on the counter. Only because, see, look here, as I was doing it, let me turn around. See how that one, it's actually bubbles, you're bringing the bubbles back out. Because that, if you leave the bubbles in there, it's going to cause it to crack. So at this point, what you do, and you set up a 300-degree oven, right? And we're gonna mix it. Okay, so what we did was, like I said before, 300-degree oven. Okay, come to temperature. We're gonna go ahead and put the mixture in. We get like a little thing of water, and that's gonna just help it so that it creates steam in the bottom of the oven, and it helps so that it doesn't form cracks. All right, so go ahead and put your just put your cheesecake in there. And then you grab your little water bath, and you kind of stick it underneath. And we're gonna put it in there for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Sometimes different because of the different ovens have different, it doesn't really keep temperature of 300 degrees exactly. What we're gonna do is in 1 hour and 10 minutes, we're gonna check it, and you'll see what what you're gonna be looking for when we check it, and then we'll go from there. All right. All right. All right. So it's been about 1 hour and 10 minutes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check it, like I said before. All right. We'll bring it out a little bit, and we're gonna kind of shake it a little bit. See how it's like a little stiff right now? If it wasn't, you would see it move a lot more, and you don't want that to happen. So if you see it start moving a little bit more, then what you'll see here right now, it's stiff and really pretty good. See, it's just a little bit moving, but it's kind of just moving a little bit. You won't see it like swishing around a little bit. It'll start moving like that. If it starts moving like that, you'll see it. then you want to put it in for like another 10 more minutes, and then just keep going. Another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes, over and over again until it gets to what you want. So right now, at this time, since it's done, we're gonna go ahead and turn this off. We're just gonna turn it off, and we're just gonna close it, but we're also gonna have like a spoon or something to hold it open, just because we want it to cool off slowly. So we're just gonna stick a spoon in there, just like that. And just leave it in there. So oven's off. Now we're just gonna let it cool. Let it cool down for about an hour. So we're gonna take it out of that after it cools down, so it's good enough so we can handle it. And we're gonna stick it in the fridge for 4 hours. 4 hours later, then we'll see what happens. Then we'll see how it looks like. All right. Then 4 hours, or at least 4 hours you want it in there. It's best to keep it at least 4 hours. All right, so this is what it looks like. All right, so what we're just gonna do is just open it up, take it off the spring form. See, the parchment helps it keep it from sticking, like I said before. Then just slowly peel it away. All right, hands are washed. So what we're gonna do is take it away from the spring form. It's nice hard, so you're just gonna put your hand on it, and we got a plate. We're gonna put it on. All right. Do it left hand. Because that way, if you use your right hand, look at that. It just comes away from it. And then just put the plate over it like that. Hold it with both hands. There you go. Look at that. So, what we got now is we got a cup of hot water, and this easy way to cut it, or a nice way of cutting it so it doesn't stick to the knife, is get a cup and fill it with, make sure it's really good hot water, really hot water. You leave the knife in it for a little bit. What you're gonna do is you're gonna warm up the knife, is at least what you want it to do. Then you wipe off the excess water first. And then you just cut into it. Then you hold the side like that. And there too. Okay, so each time you're gonna put it into the water for a little bit. Right. Bring it out. This water again. And work your way through. Careful you don't cut your fingers. Alright. Alright, so now we got a plate. We're just going to put a piece. Look at that. Look at that cut. There you go. Let's take a bite of that. All right. You got it. Nice. Awesome. All right. So there you go. Cheesecake. Awesome.